So often we are scared to have a hard conversation with someone. Whether it's because they don't want to listen, they become very closed off, or they just feel like they're not heard. And so many other reasons that you could list. Those are the only three that I'm mentioning. And it doesn't matter the topic of that hard conversation, because the thing that makes it so difficult to talk about is common vulnerability and being and feeling safe enough to talk about that topic, and being able to feel heard and understood is where it really comes down to. And it hits hard and it hits home for so many people, because we know and we love certain people so much and we just want the best for them. And when they do not want to have that open conversation, we just want to be able to hear them, understand them, and be able to get their perspective, so you're not insensitive towards them, so you're not being blind and not empathetic towards them. And when you really take the time to do that, when you really take and put forth the effort to hear them out and to listen, that makes a world of a difference. When you're not trying to blame them, when you're not trying to go after them, when you're not trying to put fault or point fingers. Because you set up them to become defensive, to feel like they need to put up a wall to defend what they're doing, to defend their perspective against someone who's trying to win, to break them, to come and attack them, to tell them what they're doing is wrong. And you're not that type of person to do that, because you want to go and show them love and compassion, and that you're listening and that you truly care about them. Because so often we come at the angle of accusing people, blaming people, putting labels on people, because that's our first instinct. The game changer is when you take a moment and literally just be silent. Give yourself time after they are done talking and just soak it in. And think about what you're going to say, because I think your first intention is to blurt out the first thing that comes to mind, that you did this, you're blank, why did you do this, why did you do that? But you need to take it down a second, sister, and ask yourself, how would you want to be approached to this conversation if you were in their shoes? How would you want someone to speak with you, to listen to you? And I think when you can just have silence in a conversation and to collect your thoughts and literally be like, I really wish I understood why you did blank. I'm not coming at you. I just want to understand your perspective. Instead of being, why did you do this? I can't believe you did that. I feel like this, I feel like that. You can really just aim it and cultivate it towards them, that you're giving them the microphone to talk, for them to let them talk. Because so many times we want to put it on ourselves to be the one to figure it out, because we have hurt feelings, we have so much anger, resentment built in. But at the same time, you also have to take into account their emotions, their feelings, and everything they're going through. That's kind of been leading up to this hard conversation, because you don't know that. You don't know what they've been truly going through for the past year, 6 months, 3 months, 3 weeks, week, 3 days. give them the floor, it shows them that you care. And it shows them that you want to listen and know them and take the time to truly understand where they're coming from. Because I think when you can finally fall on open ground and work towards a commonality, not trying to be the fixer, not trying to solve problems, but trying to meet each other where each other are at. Because as much as you're trying to understand their perspective, they're trying to understand you. And when you can tell them your concern, your feelings, your love, your perspective, without being irrational, without being emotional, without being loud and vocal, your words speak volumes. The specific words that you use tell a story. And it's so important to allow that other person to hear a story that makes them feel safe, that makes them feel heard, and allows them to understand your perspective is coming from a place of concern and love and care. Because so often we come at people with anger. We kind of like imagine like you put your fists up or you put your arms up or like for a hug. And I think it's so often we come up here because we're defensive. And in reality, we need to be open. We need to be open for a hug. We need to be open. Because when we are like this, we can't do anything. We can't hear anything. We're indefensive. Like literally being in this position right now literally makes me like fight. But when you open your hands up, like physically, you're more receptive. Your like physical body is connected to here, and your here is connected to here. So sometimes when I catch myself like walking around with my hands like tight, I'm like, man, I'm like tense. So I release and I'm like, man, I can take a breath. And the same thing goes within a conversation. When you are literally standing and you are tense and you have your hands like this, you are so stressed. Take a moment to sit down and open your hands, to open your ears, to open your heart, to be able to listen, and open your eyes to see what they are saying. And because the body tells you so many things that the mouth, the words will not say or even describe, because the body does that for them. And so I want to leave you with this. Be receptive. Be willing to listen to someone and be open. Because when you guys are both vulnerable in a conversation, tears might be shed, feelings might be said, things that you would never tell a regular person will be said. And when it comes down to it, sharing vulnerability, sharing that openness with someone else expresses to them that you are willing to be vulnerable and safe, and that when you share your vulnerability, they know you feel safe. So then when they know that you feel safe, they know that they can trust you because you're being vulnerable, and then they share as well. And so it's an open street, and so it's a two-way street, so that you can listen and they can speak, and that you can speak and they can listen. So give yourself the time, give yourself the space, and allow for a peaceful area for a hard conversation